Hey Drake. I'm not gonna get too deep into the albums. Me personally, I'm an R&B Drake stan. He gets R&B, but more specifically, that song "Classic." Listen, say what you want about Drake. I don't want to sit here and say I'm a Drake stan. I love this song. Like, I'm not doing all that. No, but I actually did go through Habibti, and I probably only liked about 5 songs. Not even. I won't say I liked. I favorited 5 songs. I'm definitely putting Somebody's Drawers in a Panty Ball to that one.
Go Cinderella, orgasm blush, lipstick, Gigasilla, devil in a tight dress, girl, you a killer, and ain't nobody realer, go.
Welcome to another episode of the Don't Quote Me podcast with your host. So this is the thing. This actually would have been, let's say, the 5th or 6th episode. I had pre-recorded episodes back in April. Today is May 22nd, so I pre-recorded episodes to drop in April. Yeah, I didn't have all this equipment. I didn't have a light, I didn't have a mic, and it just makes a difference in the sound quality. I'm one of those people who feel like if they're gonna do something, do it well. I had to scrap all of those episodes because the sound quality was just so poor, and I ain't like that. I feel like podcasting is something I've been wanting to do for quite some time, but I'm just so over critical when it comes to me. I need to stop that shit because I just feel like people like me because I'm very authentic. I don't beat around the bush. I'm very direct. That could really go either way. I don't know. It's weird because for majority of my 20s, I really don't give a fuck what people think of me. But now that I'm older, I don't want to say I'm under a microscope. I feel like people have seen me try so many different things. Okay, what is this bitch doing now? That's just how I feel. So now I'm overcritical. Is this something I actually want to do? Or is this just something else I'm obsessing over? Overall, I would say May has been really good. I went to Jersey not too long ago because my sister was graduating college. She's actually the first in the family to get her bachelor's. And here's the inside joke that we have, right? I've been in college. I've been in college all of my naval career. And I've been a freshman for 9 fucking years. And you want to know why? Because I keep changing my mind about what I want to do. I done went to school for so many different things at this point. Let's see, business administration, accounting. I know I did. That was pre-Navy though. Mathematics, not social. What's it called? Software development. Let's see, what's the recent one? I was just in school to become an electrician. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with that. I was thinking about going to school for culinary. Now, previously, I was in school for video post-production. Video editing is my bread and butter. It's something I've been doing for a very long time, but I just never thought to go to school for it for some reason. Started going to school for that, but then I got hit with a hard wave of depression. I really started trying to do a little bit more research just to see what it is I actually want to do as far as behind the scenes things with production. So now again, I'm about to change my major to doing live entertainment, to work with festivals and concerts, things of that nature. So I thought that'd be really cool because one thing about me, I'm gonna go to a fucking concert. I don't give a fuck if it's gonna be by myself or with friends. I don't fucking care. Actually, I did go to see Cardi B. Funny story about that. My best friend, she had pissed me off, but at the same time, I was being dramatic. After we got into it, my little sensitive self, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to that fucking concert no more. And I posted the ticket to the Cardi B concert. The ticket was I think I paid $180, but it was section 150. Quick side note, if you ever say you want to take me to a concert, don't fucking have me in the sky because I could have just seen them at home on YouTube. I'm not saying I need VIP. I need to at least be able to see their face if I zoom in on my fucking camera. This completely defeats the purpose. I'm not even gonna hold you. My ex was trying to surprise me and took me to go see Giveon. I honestly wish he hadn't. You could have saved that fucking money and bought some fucking common sense. Yeah, I ended up posting the ticket, and in the midst of me having an attitude, the ticket basically to sell. So the next morning, I'm like, okay, you know what? That was kind of dramatic. I didn't need to do all that. I went to go take the ticket down, and somebody bought it because it was a whole group of us that was going. So yeah, I had to. Well, not that I had to, but Everybody ended up coming in town. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking go to that concert because why the fuck not? And bitch, I had a ball. That shit was like, it was like 3 something, but like, it was a really good seat. I don't mind being like at the side of the stage, but it just depends on where. And usually if I go to a concert by myself, I tend to get like the better seat because I only need 1 seat. It's pros and cons to doing things by yourself. Traveling, not so much because you don't get to like split costs, but concerts, I would definitely say I'm really proud of just Cardi B and all of her success because Cardi B, no matter how much money she got, she just has not changed at all. And that's what I really love about her. I mean, we could say, I guess she's more commercial now, but at the same time, she's still who she is. In this day and age, especially because of social media, you actually get to see that celebrities are human. Like, I feel like when I was younger, you only see celebrities doing interviews, pictures on the internet, music videos. They was just going in on her because she allegedly was arguing with her baby daddy. Why are y'all acting like y'all don't argue with y'all baby daddy? Cut the shit. I feel bad for celebrities sometimes because it's just like, damn, you can't do nothing that's just really normal. I'm not gonna say regular behavior like that, but like just regular shit that people do every day. I think the headline, it was something stupid. It was like Cardi B gets in an argument with Stefan Diggs, and I'm like, God damn, like you can't do nothing. That's why I be saying like, I don't want to be famous. I would rather just be rich because everything you do is under a fucking microscope. People argue with their baby daddies and their baby moms all the fucking time. And, you know, obviously they're not on TMZ because they're not celebrities, but people in the comments like, see, that's why I was rooting for you not to go back and, oh, shut the fuck up. One thing that like I hate about social media, people just act like they've never done no wrong or they don't just have their own personal shit going on in life. Like, bitch, just because you don't fucking talk about it or don't post about it, don't mean it doesn't happen to you. And that's the issue that I got. And then it's like people be so fucking bandwagon like, oh yeah, couldn't be me. See, that's why you don't go back to a nigga. Just because you don't talk about it don't mean you're not going through it. Fuck what they got to say in the comments. That's just how I feel about it. I don't care. We don't really know these people in real life. We don't even know you who's commenting real life. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like people that just do shit like that, they're either projecting or faking for the internet. Like, I don't like it. Cardi B is human. Any celebrity is fucking human. That's just like when people say like, oh my God, I can't believe Beyonce went back to Jay-Z. What? What do you mean you can't believe? She's human. She chose her marriage. That's not to say that I'm all for staying with a nigga that's cheating, but I can almost guarantee that a good handful of women in real life have stayed with somebody that has cheated on them knowingly. Cut the shit. It's like, get off your phone, take a breather. I was in Jersey, and this is actually the first time since I've been back to Jersey that I have been able to actually eat the food I grew up on. I'm from North Jersey. There's no such thing as Central Jersey. I said what I said. I told my mom when I first got there, give me some Haitian food. Haitian food I've had a couple of times since I've left for the Navy. They actually had a spot, surprisingly, in San Diego. It was decent, but they didn't have no Dewey or Joan Jones, so that was like a negative for me. There's a spot in Houston called Sonia's Creole Kitchen. Really fucking good. It tastes like back home. Then the next day after that, I ordered some Chicken Shack. Let me tell y'all something. I could have been an influencer back then for the Chicken Shack. I loved the Chicken Shack. And it's so crazy because like when I mentioned, oh my God, like I love the Chicken Shack, nobody knows what a fucking Chicken Shack is. It's just a fucking chicken place. It could be USA Chicken, Chicken Holiday. The Arabs basically own them. That fucking chicken is so good. But that's not even really what I go for. I don't even go for the chicken. I go for the Italian cheeseburger. New York is chopped cheese. Jersey is Italian cheeseburgers. It's just basically like a hamburger on an Italian sub, and then it got a shoestring. Is it shoestring? French fries on it, but it's so fucking good. I had White Castle. Not too much on White Castle. I know you could get it from Walmart, but bitch, it ain't the same. I fucking ordered a whole like case of cheeseburgers and all that shit for me and my family. And then now they got some shit, jalapeno cheddar, chef's kiss. I did not get to go to Top's Diner this time. Me and my sister, we went to the spot called The Lobby. They had empanadas there. Oh my gosh. The empanadas, they were chicken empanadas. Chef's fucking kiss. They will be dealt with. I'm gonna have to swing by there again when I go back. The people that make the best chicken, the traditional Chinese food spots. Anytime I go to, I always feel like I've been out, nigga. If you have not watched Nemesis, I'm not gonna go too much into detail about it, but oh my God, it was such a good fucking show. And the cast, let's just even talk about it. First of all, they got, I call him Daniel from Insecure. That's, you know, you ever see like an actor and it's like, that's just forever who like they are to you. Anytime I see Lawrence from Insecure, that's Lawrence from Insecure. I don't even know that nigga real name. He's just Lawrence from Insecure. Daniel from Insecure, he's basically in charge of a heist group. Could not remember where I remembered him from, but now that I think about it, he's from Abbott Elementary. He plays Ava's boyfriend. And then also the girl, they got Janae from The Game, who her name on the show is Candace, but it's crazy. I was trying to think, wasn't she playing Candace in something else? I finally got my sister to watch the show. So my sister, she texted me, oh. So me and her trying to like think of like where the fuck it was. I'm like, nah, like she was in Tyler Perry Homecoming. I don't think her name was Candace in that. Then it dawned on me, Insecure. She was in Insecure playing Dro's wife. So the reason I couldn't remember off the top of my head, kind of like only made small cameos. They got Moesha Dad. Whoever the nigga is that plays Stro is foreign. Okay. First of all, I think he got that dog in him in real life. He played the fuck out that role. Real believable. I liked it. Daniel, I feel so bad for calling him Daniel because that is not his name. What was his name on the thing? It was, girl, train track. Oh my God. Coltrane Wilder. There you go. Yeah. But it was pissing me off because I thought, honestly, the show to me was 10 out of 10. I don't really have any notes. People was like, I'm gonna just call it Ava's boyfriend. Obviously, he plays the cop in Nemesis. People talk about something, oh yeah, his acting could have been better. Shut the fuck up. This is when I feel like people are being bandwagon, because before that one comment came out, nobody was saying shit about his fucking acting. Now it's, oh yeah, it was given Tyler Perry and yada. Nothing about that show gave Tyler Perry. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. Tyler Perry wasn't giving no fucking plot twists like that. Beauty and Black couldn't even do that. Okay? That show was good as fuck. He did his thing to me, because you know, this is an opinion-based show. Nothing I say here is facts. If you are watching Don't Quote Me podcast for facts, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Okay, you need to get your life together. Do I think he's like the best actor in the world? No. But no, I'm not even gonna say that because I didn't even have any notes about his acting before that comment even came out. I thought everybody did like phenomenal. It was great, and it left off on like a cliffhanger. I'm not gonna go too deep into the show. All I'm gonna say is watch that shit. I think season 2 is gonna be really fucking good. Now, probably a few episodes down the line, I am going to talk about it and kind of go into more detail about what I would like to see for season 2. Ooh, you know what? Clearly, I have nothing better to do with my life but watch TV. Also a fan of The Chi. I originally started watching The Chi. The first episode that came out, I forgot about it. I'm not going to say I remembered. I seen a trailer. for The Chi, and lo and behold, them niggas was on like season 5. I was like, I'm not fucking watching all that shit. So I started from season 3. A couple of people had got killed off. Let me tell you something. One thing about The Chi, if you got any type of domestic violence, anything, your ass is gone. Like, they do not fuck around with that fucking job. Yeah, I don't want this to come off wrong, but I do wish I could have seen, for instance, Emmett is like who everybody like really like fucks with in the show, but I feel like if they did not kill off, can't remember that nigga name, the dude that played Easy, if they did not kill off that nigga, I feel like he would have been like where Emmett is, because I remember he was also a chef, and then it's like Emmett's story went from like sneakers to him working at the restaurant, and then now he has his restaurant. So I almost feel like that was supposed to be his storyline, but who knows. They also, killed off Iman Shumpert after the whole thing came out with him and Teyana Taylor. I'm so angry at what these niggas do in real life, because I genuinely wanted to see Tiff be in like a happy, healthy relationship. Like, I feel like his character could have gave like so much more to the show. He definitely got killed off way too fucking quickly. I understand they did what they had to do, because of circumstances. I wanted to see what him and Tiff were going to do as far as, growing weed and, doing their business and stuff together. So like that sucked. Let's see who else left. Kevin left, but I don't know. I feel like after Kevin stopped dating, what was the little fast one? There you go. I feel like after Kevin stopped dating Gemma, it's like his storyline was just going like down. And I don't know if that was just because they was like preparing for him to like be off of this show. I didn't really feel like he had much to do there. Papa definitely got a storyline with him, trying to be a pastor, especially the guy that owned like the mega church. And I'm gonna just say this. It's crazy because like every time something happens in real life, it's almost like the shy kind of like reflects it. Just be so fucking quick. I remember in the show, the guy that was playing the pastor that Papa's dad didn't like because he owned mega church, and y'all already know how that goes. He wasn't fucking with him because he feels like he was just serving God under a gimmick, but it's like, who are you really to judge? Because Papa's dad was in some shit too, so that's just me. That guy, he was messing with like a white girl, and then the white girl exposed him, and then, he lost everything with the church, and he was willing to start over, but she just like, oh, I can't do that, blah, blah. Basically, nigga, you broke. This ain't what I signed up for, of course. But what I find coincidental about that is like around the time that episode had came out, the whole thing with Shannon Sharp had came out with that little white girl. Y'all niggas don't learn, do ya? And that's not to say that like every time a nigga date a white girl, some shit gonna happen. We see too often where the downfall is always a white woman. First of all, Shannon Sharp, he was already in the wrong because you just even forget about the fact that she's white. She young as hell, 19. That's nasty. I don't care what nobody say. What could a 19-year-old do for you other than really like be manipulated? 'Cause that's the whole reason that y'all like them. Niggas like to tell y'all, oh, you're so different from other you're so different from other girls and da da da. Because even when I was younger, niggas would try to mess with me that are like way older, and I didn't like it. It always in the back of my mind, why don't you want to mess with women that are your age? On the flip side of that, it's like, why don't they want to mess with you? What's wrong with you that you feel like you need to mess with my young ass? I don't like predatory shit. I really hope that I'm raising my daughter in a way to where she see through that. I don't know. It's just one step away from being like a child predator. Like, especially because like I knew like at 19, I ain't have shit. What the fuck could I really offer somebody that's 25 and established? I was like 20 years old. I didn't have my license. I ain't have no fucking car. I'm living in my mama's house. I'm not looking for a daddy. You got people that be having babies with 21-year-old NBA players. You're like 40. I don't know. It just feels manipulative. I don't like when people prey on younger people who really don't know any better. Like, yes, at the end of the day, they're over 18. Okay, you want to say they're grown, whatever. But it's like, how much did you really know at 20? Because I'll tell you what, I ain't know a damn thing. I left for the Navy at 20. 20 sound grown, but it's really fucking not. That's the issue that I have. I could literally date somebody that's like 20 years old and manipulate the shit out that fucking nigga. Most likely get him to do whatever I want because he don't know no better. Nothing good comes out of it. I don't get y'all karma preying on young adults. Speaking of preying, I obviously saw the Michael Jackson movie. I saw it a week after it came out. I really want to go back and see it again. I just have not made time to go do that. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Of course, it was jumpy, and I'm not going to blame nobody but fucking Diana Ross predator ass. She heard the movie was being made. They done shot all the motherfucking scenes, and she done sent them lawyers over there to like, hey, don't have me in that movie. If you're like a huge Michael Jackson fan, you know Diana Ross and Michael Jackson was like this. When I was younger, I thought it was more of like a, maybe he really liked her because he wanted more of like a mother figure, because he was like upset at his mom for like allowing his father to like beat on him. No. Oh, and then I also thought that, because they used to say a lot that Michael Jackson's mom did not like Diana Ross. They were trying to make it seem like, oh, maybe it's because he views her as a mother. No, that's not why. It's because she knew that Diana Ross was doing shit that she had no fucking business doing with her child. We didn't get to see Michael do The Wiz, or even when he was like by himself living in New York when he was even filming The Wiz, and they kind of like really build that connection. We didn't get to see him fucking Studio 54. Even when you like watch interviews with the director, he's kind of pissed off about it because he's like, we had to reshoot so many scenes just for the simple fact that she didn't want to be involved with it. Why not? What the fuck you do? Let me tell y'all something, okay? I feel like every dog has their day, right? Eventually, the shit that you've done in the past is going to catch up with you. I don't know when Diana Ross day is coming. I don't even want to speak ill on her. You know what the fuck you did. You should have just let that movie fucking play out and lay it to rest. Because I feel like eventually it's gonna come out. Y'all see how they did fucking Bill Cosby? Bill Cosby old ass was like enjoying life about to fucking buy NBC. And no, yeah, that nigga drugged me in the fucking, what was it, 60s and 70s? Yeah, they got his ass. I don't care what nobody say. You will pay for whatever shit that you did in the past. So, you know, she watched him grow up, and then something happened. If I see a really good fucking movie or like a really good show, I do a deep dive on people's lives. Michael Jackson, first of all, I'm already a fan, but I have been on like a Michael Jackson craze since I went to go see that movie. I'm talking like music wise, I already love this music, to be clear. I was already listening to him, but it's been in like a real heavy rotation. And then I just, been watching kind of other movies and shit that came out. But obviously they've been putting that at the forefront because the Michael movie just came out. So I was searching for Neverland after the whole, case and shit happened. Honestly, that was a really sad movie because I was only able to come out because obviously the security guard, he ain't signed no fucking NDA. I remember one thing that was in the movie that I never really thought of was just the simple fact that after all that had happened, he didn't really have friends, and people that did love him were basically like turning on him. When he died, there were all these people that came out to his funeral, and he was like, one thing that always stuck with me was like, where were these people when he needed a place to stay? Because he didn't really have money, and things were like, his money was like tied up. Because the only reason I guess he ended up going, or was about to go on the This Is It tour, was because money was becoming real like tight. His security guard was no longer getting paid. That's not even why he started even speaking, because he was still working for him for months, just for the simple fact of he respected Michael Jackson, and he actually cared about him and, wanted to protect him because he see nobody else wanted to. Even though he was found innocent, it's like the jokes did not fucking stop. To rewind real quick because I'm getting off topic. I did see that Netflix is about to drop something about the case. I'm watching it. I don't care what nobody say. Now in the comments they was like, oh, we're not watching that shit. I don't know who we is. I'm watching it because anything that really got to do with Michael Jackson, I'm just automatically interested in. I never really actually sat and dove into the case. I just know the nigga is innocent. It was like one part, I don't want to say he said we were trying to stick with him or something, but it was just the way that he said it. It just kind of came off to me as like, this nigga got too much power. No, too much money, which is basically to them too much fucking power. I ain't like it. But they just take any little clips that'll make you want to watch it. So I had to get more context about that. And that's why I need to watch it. The director of Michael, he was saying that they have so much footage from all the deleted scenes that they did take out, because the way that it left off as if there should be a part 2. So I'm thinking that there will be. I know that they're talking about it in the works, but I think that this time the director, he wants like full creative control, which I don't fucking blame him because that's money. Nobody wants to keep fucking reshooting. And honestly speaking, I almost feel like if I was him, I really would not give a damn what Diana Ross said. The story is the story. I would just have to be sued. Like, I think I would be more happier at the fact that I walked away and I told Michael Jackson's story correctly, other than, oh, I didn't make a certain profit off of a movie. I'm a regular person. I make what I make per month. I live below my means. So whatever little money I would have had from that movie, I'd have been content. At least I know I made one hell of a movie. That's not to say that even without the deleted scenes, it wasn't a good movie. I still think it was good, so much so that I actually do want to see it a second time. I hope they release the scenes of the alleged second part of Michael. You know what? To 6 Lack, because that's his name. 6 Lack dropped an album today. Oh my God. It's so fucking fire. I love when people worry about quality instead of quantity. An album really does not need to be more than, I'd say, 10 to 15 songs. 15 is pushing it. For instance, Michael Jackson's Thriller, I think that's probably like the best album of like all the times. 9 fucking songs. The name of his new album is Love is the New Gangster. I damn near fave the whole fucking album. So many good features. He got a really good song called Ash in the Blunt with Young Thug. Sunday Again with 2 Chainz. He slid on that. Bird Flu. All That Matters. He got Leon Thomas. I still like to call that nigga Andre. I can't unsee him from being on Victorious. I love everything that's going on with him. It seemed like everybody just needs a feature with Leon Thomas. On Me with Odile. So whenever he come out with the tour, I'm gonna have to go to that. I'm a huge fan of 6 Lack and a believer that if you wanted me to call you black, you shouldn't put that 6 there. Who else got a really good album that just came out? Oh, Kehlani is another one. I would say my favorite song from Kehlani's new album, I would say the one that I listen to daily would be, because I'm not going to count Out the Window and I'm not going to count Folded because it came out like a year ago, right? Shoulda Never with Usher. I haven't heard nobody do They Call Me U.S.H.E. She fucking did that shit. I don't know what the fuck she been doing as far as like vocal wise, but like her vocals just sound so much fucking better. I've already seen Kehlani in tour when she came out with Blue Water Road. That's what it was called. That was the first tour she went on after she had her baby. Fun fact, me and Kehlani were actually pregnant at the same time. Wait, were we? Hold on. Did I just start a rumor? I might have just started a rumor. I think I just lied. Sorry. I became a Kehlani fan with her album Sweet Sexy Savage. Yeah, Blue Water Road. That was like the best fucking concert. First of all, let me tell y'all about that concert. This is when I'm stationed out in Norfolk. It was kind of like outside little situation, seating part and stuff. It was covered, but it was fucking pouring outside. They didn't postpone the show. It's just they pushed it back. When I say it was like pouring, it was pouring, like it was flooding, but it was worth it. Unfortunately, Destin Conrad, he actually, fun fact, wrote that ending part to open. He was one of like the openers for her. Didn't get to see him because of the rain, but she actually did let him come out for that part and sing that part, so I kind of saw him a little bit. But yeah, I'm getting my poor ADHD. I'm debating on whether or not I want to see her. Nah, actually, fuck that. I might just see her in the States. You know who I'm not gonna see in the States again though? Beyonce. She played, because listen, I am a huge Beyonce fan. I can officially say that I'm Beehive. I'm not like the cult side of Beehive. Not the one that be like, oh my gosh, she wore a black bracelet. Tina Turner wore a black bracelet at this award show on this date. So obviously if 2 divided by 6 is 7, then she coming out with Black Betty because rock and roll came out in the set. All this different shit they be coming up with. I'm not one of those. I'm not gonna see her again in Houston because I'm not gonna lie to y'all, she low-key pissed me off. And I hope that don't ruin my chances with working with her. Like, I obviously love Beyonce, but god damn, like, I know she's from Houston, so I think she wanted the show to be more intimate, but I wanted to see some people. Because I think last time she was here when she did Renaissance, she brought out Megan Thee Stallion. She didn't bring out nobody. I didn't even get to see her on the car, actually, because then that's when she had the malfunction with it, like, tilting. Because I went to go see her on Sunday, not Saturday. I was predicting that she was going to bring out Shabuzi for Sweet Honey. See, this is why I'd be like, I'm Beehive, but I'm not cult side, because I forgot. Overall, of course, the concert was 10 out of 10. That was my first time seeing Beyonce. Actually, it was me and my daughter first time. I just want to say I am really the mother right now that I've always dreamed of. Just the fact that I get to even say like, yeah, I took me and my daughter to a fucking Beyonce concert. I'll be clear about something, okay? Beyonce concert tickets ain't fucking cheap, bitch. It don't matter where the fuck you sit, nosebleeds or not. Them tickets is expensive as fuck. I think I paid total. Maybe it was 13 to 1500 for them tickets. Was it worth it? Yes, I would absolutely do it over again. However, I don't know if I would take my daughter because, you know, I'm all excited because I love Beyonce. I grew up on her. But it got to a point where, you know, Livy was just like, okay, I need to take a breather. I need to take a seat. Okay, girl, I got it from here. I've been wanting to see Beyonce my whole fucking life. I'm still mad I didn't go see Renaissance. I had thought about it. I was just like, nah, I'm not going to go. At first, honestly, the way that I work with music, if I don't exactly like an album off rip, I'm like, I don't know if I should go to the concert. That's not to say that I didn't like songs off of Renaissance, but after seeing the movie that she came out with, I loved it even fucking more. And then I was so pissed at myself. I should have just went to that concert. I shouldn't have thought about it. I should have just like bought the ticket. Yeah, Renaissance is now one of my favorite Beyonce. Oh, that's the alarm. I'm supposed to stop talking. Alexa, stop. Renaissance now is the top Beyonce albums. I would say if I had to choose 3 Beyonce albums, it would be Renaissance for sure. Renaissance is definitely my number one. Cowboy Carter and B-Day. B-Day was deja vu Beyonce. I loved her down during B-Day. I mean, I still loved her after. That's not to say I think all the others trash or anything like that. I loved me some fucking Beyonce when B-Day came out. Because I think on B-Day, Irreplaceable, that was my ringtone. Beyonce, listen, I know I said I was mad at you for not bringing out anybody for Houston, but I still want to work with you, okay? I'm only saying that because I plan on working in production. Still a huge fan. If you ever want to bring me on stage, want me to work on lights, I'm your girl, okay? Okay, I'm not gonna rant too much. I edit my own stuff, y'all, and I'm not gonna lie to you. After doing that first episode, I was like, bitch, you talk too fucking much. You need to peel it back. I'm gonna end off here, but I do want to say this one thing. I am really proud of myself for actually getting the ball rolling, because I feel like with me being creative, there's so many different things that I want to do, but I kind of get nervous when people ask me, what do you want to do? Because it's a lot. Basically, what I want to say is I always think that when I make a plan for myself, it just has to be that. Like, if I'm going to be a video editor, I just need to be a video editor. Me want to do podcasting, I'm packing on too much. But I forget that the lovely thing about being creative is that you actually can be fluid in that process. Because, I mean, there's a lot of fucking things that I am really fucking good at. I'm not going to hold y'all. I really need to pour more into that. So that's one thing I will say for this year. Even just other than the podcast, there are other projects I'm wanting to plan for myself to do, to really embrace the creative part of me. I want to stop being shy about it. I want to stop thinking that people are going to think I'm weird or whatever. See, this is like after effects of like being bullied your whole life and people saying weird for, just being you. Unfortunately, still grow out of that and get out of my own head and stop second guessing and just fucking do it. Actually, I won't really say that I care what people think as far as projects. I just care now. I notice, especially if they're getting like diagnosed with bipolar, if people think that I'm too chaotic. That's one thing that's like really been kind of bothering me. And I think what always kind of to help me back is just the fact that I don't know that many people that are into creative things like myself. I have to just kind of get out there and find them. I did recently join a group or whatever, and people will put things out there, editors and videographers, modeling, because I used to model, and people used to ask me, are you doing it because you want a model, I guess? And it's like, no, I really just do it just because I think I'm pretty and I really like taking pictures. It's just a hobby of mine. Like, I don't really think I do anything to be super serious. For me, the reason I like podcasting, one is because I'm a yapper, obviously. It kind of almost feels like a little bit of therapy. Most days I am just kind of by myself, and this is kind of the only time I really get to talk and get out just kind of the things that I'm thinking, and it's uninterrupted and it's quiet and it's just, I like it. Like, I really do. Anyways, I'm going to end it here, but thank you for tuning into another episode of the Don't Quote Me podcast. I'm your host, Alicia B, and we are just going to put out into the universe that there will be more, that I will continue, because I really do enjoy it. And I really want people to kind of know about me a little bit more. I'm excited for what the future holds for this podcast. But yeah, bye.
Ain't nobody realer, and ain't nobody realer. Go, 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 go.